Hi, everyone. Okay, so right now I am in this process of really trying to grow myself this year. Last year was more of like a transformation, and it actually took time for me to, let's just say, settle down here. Well, by the way, I'm Jennifer, and then if I actually came from the province of Quezon, and right now I'm living in Boracay. And last year, moving here was very transformational. But I must say, for the first 3 months from September until December, it was more of like I'm still in like some sort of vacation mode. And as much as I would like to, let's say, create some huge difference in my life, I don't think that I was there yet. And right now, I am really determined that 2024 will be a year for growth because I have already started that in 2023. And this year, I would like to keep the promises that I made to myself. And so I'm starting this solo podcast. And the reason is my experience, the reason why I got compelled to, start this podcast is because sometimes, well, not sometimes, but a lot of times, for example, in a conversation, and for sure, there are so many people out there who will be able to relate, I think, that whenever you're in a conversation, let's say, and there is a topic wherein the opinions can be very, very polarizing, and if someone already dominated the conversation, and medyo let's say yung conviction niya is medyo malakas, although you might necessarily agree with that person, you just tend to shut up, like not say anything. And I always find myself in that situation na I feel that my opinions, the things that I'm thinking about is it's good also. However, sometimes may mga bagay ako na I really truly believe in, like that's my truth. Sometimes talaga may mga bagay na you just tend to keep to yourself. And ang problem kasi nito, and the reason why I'm trying to do this right now is because uh, let's just say na when I am alone, these opinions that I keep to myself na malakas din talaga yung conviction ko at talagang pinapaniwalaan ko, it tends to consume me. Kinukonsume ako ng thoughts ko. I have this mental banter inside my head na I keep on talking about it inside my head. Now, I think instead of, wasting my time thinking about things, why not just say it out loud? Give myself the opportunity to say my thoughts out loud, and which is through this solo podcast. I also read this book, which is kind of influential to me. Na sabi niya, once you die, all your thoughts, the stories that you had, the experiences that you are going to take those with you when you die. And and that's and that's huge because ang buhay ng tao hindi lang siya parang libro eh. It's like a collection of a lot of things, and you not being able to like put your story out there is a great loss, especially if you believe that you have experienced, let's say, really good moments na you think magandang i-share sa iba. And we are living in this age where it's so fortunate for a lot of us that, especially for those na who are really putting themselves out there, na they get to share their stories and they get to attract people who resonate with what they believe in, with their truths. Yun. So yeah, that's basically why I'm here. So sorry, I'm holding my mouse because I'm using it to scroll on the pointers on my laptop. So yun, regarding my passion and hobbies, unfortunately, I don't have much. And for the few passions and hobbies that I have, I'm actually trying to get rid of them because lately I am into podcasts, which is also why I'm here. I got inspired. There are podcasters, mainly from the US, na I listen to. And most of them are may mga, let's say, PhD, some of them are doctors. And I'm really into productivity, motivation, um, focus, state of flow. So yun yung mga right now things that I'm trying to feed myself, my brain with. And I do have in the past I had so many hobbies that I'm trying to get rid of because according to sa mga podcast na pinapakinggan ko, they are a cheap source of dopamine. Like for example, playing video games or maybe watching mga YouTube, mga alam mo yun. I'm so guilty kasi ang favorite ko talaga when people say that you keep on scrolling YouTube, you're doom scrolling, and ang mga content ay mga pusa, aso, panda. So, isa ako sa mga biktima ng YouTube algorithm with regards to that. It gives me so much dopamine. Like, at some point, I really want to go to China, like very, very seriously. Kasi ang naging dream ko na lang is maging panda nanny. And I don't have anything against being a panda nanny. Actually, right now, that's really, if you're gonna ask me what's my crazy dream, that's to go to China and be a panda nanny. Yun pa rin hanggang ngayon. Some people might say, nah, I wanna get married, I wanna have kids. I wish that's also my dream, like my ultimate dream, but not really. So yun, I know it's medyo walang kwenta, but panda nanny, why not? 'Di ba? I mean, wala namang masama mangarap. So, yun, yun yung mga passions and hobbies ko right now since I'm trying to get rid of those na nagbibigay sa akin ng cheap source of dopamine. My passion right now is to exercise. I like to run every morning. Well, I'm very lucky na dito ako nakatira sa part ng Boracay wherein it's really literally at the center of the island wherein ang lapit-lapit lang sa akin nung back beach. And the back, kasi usually people when they come here, they come here for the white beach dun sa unahan, which is famous for the sunset. But actually, every morning, I really love going to the back beach kasi usually dun maganda yung sunrise. And also, I like jogging sa sand kasi, well, actually, I'm already 36 years old and I'm trying to take care of my joints. Nararamdaman ko na kasi may times tumitibok or whatnot. So sabi ko, nako, baka nagsisimula na ako magkaroon ng arthritis. So ang na-appreciate ko is when you're jogging sa beach, especially if pino yung sand, yung uh, yung joints mo, it doesn't really absorb so much, shock. Kasi jogging and running is, as we know, it's a very high impact kind of activity. And ako lang, I don't want to damage my joints, especially na alam ko may lahi kami ng arthritis. So yun, that's the kind of hobby that I'm trying to get into right now. And also, I'm reading a lot of books about marketing, about, let's say, for example, funnels. So, for me, those are the things na nagbibigay sa akin ng saya and dopamine. That's for those of you who may not have heard about it yet. We get dopamine is like our rewards system in our body. Na it's a hormone na you get when you are satisfied. The problem with dopamine is it's not like pag na-satisfy mo na, tapos na. The thing is, with dopamine, para siyang addiction na kapag halimbawa, you play a video game and you get a dopamine hit, it's not like you're gonna stop the game after you got that hit. You're actually going to continue and continue and continue playing the game kasi pataas ng pataas ng pataas yung level mo ng addiction sa dopamine. So at some point, the reason why sometimes people, regardless of the many, many stimulations that we have, like TV, internet, even though we are so super overstimulated, sometimes we still feel empty and we still feel like life is boring. And that's because we have a high threshold na kung sa ano ba, tumaas na yung dopamine level sa katawan natin, sa utak natin. And it's very easy for us to get bored. And that's why I'm trying to get rid of those things that give me cheap dopamine kasi ang dali kasing kunin ng cheap dopamine, ang tendency sobrang tumataas siya. Unlike na, let's say, nag-exercise ka, it feels nice to feel that dopamine hit, pero at least it was a productive kind of dopamine hit. All right, so um, right now, the reason also why I'm trying to start this solo podcast is because I want to document this journey. Last year, I have encountered a lot of um, people online na nagsasabi that when you are sharing, let's say, a success story, it's best really to hear the backstory, how you succeeded. And many people, they only share their stories once they already reached their goal. And now what most are encouraging us to do is to actually share how you got there. And it's good then kasi as a form of accountability for you to document. And recently, I actually enrolled in a course that mentioned about documentation. And not just documenting the present, but also reflecting on the past year. But actually, I reflected on the past 4 years ever since nagbalikbayan ako. I used to be a nurse and I came from Saudi Arabia. In 2018, I was supposed to go to the UK around 2019, but then I decided to give it all up. It was like giving up my diploma, which is really, really hard. But so far, by far, I would really say with much conviction that it was the best decision of my life. Not it was the best decision na hindi ako magtuloy sa pag-nurse. And the reason why I was able to get that like 180 transformation is because it's when I discovered that it's possible to earn money online. Um, it paved a lot of open opportunities for me. Like, nagsimula kasi ako when I came back from Saudi Arabia. I was supposed to go to the UK, and for you to be able to go to those kinds of countries, like English speaking countries, Canada, Australia, the US, you need to hit a specific target metric. For nursing that time, it should be seven for IELTS. It's the IELTS exam that I took. And for a while, I actually taught as a coach sa isang review center, mostly writing and listening, writing and what do you call that? Speaking. And then that, even though medyo mahirap yung work, I was so grateful for that kasi that led me to discover working online as an IELTS coach. And I used to teach Koreans who would like to, Korean professionals na gustong magtrabaho din sa other countries aside from Korea. And that led me to become a freelance copywriter for e-commerce stores. So yun, that's basically the story how I got into freelancing. That's because IELTS teaching showed me that I can actually earn money online. Kasi in the past, the reason why sobrang naliligaw-ligaw talaga ako is because masyado akong focused sa goal ko na maging nurse sa ibang bansa. And if you are a nurse, you probably will relate so much to this na the only way for us to earn decently, like maka-reach ng 6 figures, is when we go overseas. Kasi ang salary ng nurse dito is super baba sa Pilipinas. I don't really have anything to say right now, aside from the fact that this is an opening video, some sort of an introduction video of why I am starting this podcast. Like I said, it's mainly for my own personal relief din. Kasi nga, there are so many opinions that I tend to keep to myself, even though sometimes medyo disagree na ako sa mga sinasabi nung kaharap ko. I would just keep it to myself. And somehow, I just feel like at some point, I need to say it and share it, right? So, yun. I hope to see you again, and thank you for your time for watching this, and bye.